Hello and welcome to Safety Update with Sam. I, of course, am Sam. If I wasn't, it'd be kind of a weirdly titled video. So anyways, but I'm the safety supervisor here at Meiborg, and I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And in case you're wondering, these are blank. There's nothing on here, but if I do this, it makes me seem kind of important, huh? You kind of sit up in your chair and listen a little bit. So anyways, moving on. Hey, one really cool thing that has been going on around here, in case you haven't noticed, is we have been filling trucks left and right. I mean, we have had some monster orientation classes, thanks to Mr. Bill in the recruiting department. We have seated over 20 trucks since the month of September, or since September began, I suppose is the way to say it. But we have seated a ton of trucks back there, and on top of that, he has gotten us quite a few owner-operators as well to join the fleet. So we used to, you probably have come in here, you saw some spare trucks sitting out back. No more. If you come in here now, you probably won't see any trucks except for maybe ones that are getting fixed or something like that. So great job to Bill in recruiting. And if you see a new face around the shop or the office, make sure to to welcome them in, or maybe not say welcome because maybe you just haven't met an old driver, but make sure to introduce yourself, because chances are they are a new driver to the fleet and they probably don't know many people. And if you give them a big welcome, then they're going to remember you and possibly even like you. I'm here to help you out a little bit. But also, if you swing through the safety office, make sure to give Bill a high five or a solid handshake, or maybe even a hug that pushes the levels of awkwardness. He likes those. He'll try to fight you on it, but he likes them. Anyway, so that's been kind of cool going around here. But speaking of awkward touching, we need to talk about some issues we're having with some of the equipment as far as hitting things. We have had a lot of self-induced, self-induced incidences with some of the equipment. We have been hitting stuff with our bumpers. We've been turning a little too tight with some of the trucks and crunching up some of the back fairings. We've even been hitting a couple things with our trailers, with the tires in the back there. So this equipment is really nice. You guys know that, I know that. The ownership of Meiborg loves to have nice equipment, and they want to make sure that you guys have nice equipment on the road. They want to make sure life on the road is very, very enjoyable for you. But like I said, we've been hitting some stuff, and with that nice equipment, the cost to fix that is a little bit higher. So you might think, well, okay, I hit the bumper, we need to replace the bumper. That's a simple fix, whatever. It's a simple fix, but there's electronic components behind those bumpers. And so it's not just slap a new bumper on and go, we have to rewire some stuff because we have the Bendix system on these trucks. And so there's wiring involved. And so a simple bumper replacement can sometimes cost upwards of like $2,500. So it's not cheap. And if you need hood replacements or even the back fairings, it's one piece usually in the back fairings. So those can run up to like $8,000 to $10,000 when all is said and done. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that, and that you're being extra careful with the equipment when you're on the road. Treat it like your own. We always kind of say that. Treat it like your own equipment. And if there's ever a doubt on if you're too close to something or if you think something's there, goal, okay? You've heard this before. You could probably say it with me. Get out and look. That's what we want you to do. Make sure that you're getting out and looking, because we want to make sure that you're successful on the road and that you don't have to spend all your time in a shop, okay? This shop is right out there. It's not that cool of a place. Don't tell the shop guys I said that, but it's not that cool of a place. So I want you to be out on the road. And the way to be out on the road is to be safe in your equipment. Get out and look if you have questions about something, and keep going. That way you don't have to spend your time here. So make sure that you treat the equipment like your own, and that you're doing what you're supposed to and getting out and looking, and that way we don't have to mess around with getting repairs done. So now, speaking of that, that leads us to our dash cam film session this week. All right, so here we are. We got our dash cam footage, obviously, and we are actually out in sunny California this week for our dash cam. And so let's just take a look at it, and then we'll see what kind of went wrong on this thing. So here we go. We're following a truck, and there's a car coming. And the car's still there. And finally, we let it go. So this video just it makes me cringe a little bit, okay? Yes, I'm assuming, I don't know the full backstory here, but I'm assuming that that car is trying to merge onto this freeway system. When that happens, yes, the truck driver has the right of way. The car has to merge in with him. However, the car is not giving up his position. So there's two things you could do. You could do what we just did in here, and we can fight them tooth and nail for that position until finally one of us gives up and then the car goes. We could do that. Or when we see a car coming down the ramp or trying to merge into it, we can just back off a little bit. It's not like we're going fast here, okay? We're doing 16 miles an hour, okay? Traffic is not flowing very well. We can just back off a little bit and let the car go in front of us. Yes, I know you have the right of way, but I don't want to see these kind of things causing incidences and accidents on this. Because let's say, okay, so the car comes in and they actually hit each other. Now we got to get insurance involved. Why do we have to get insurance involved? Because we just hit an occupied vehicle. And you might say, well, he hit me. Doesn't matter. Anytime we collide with an occupied vehicle, we have to get insurance involved. No ifs, ands, or buts. Because there are just too many things that could happen with the other person in the occupied vehicle. They could have, they could say that they're fine, but they could have neck injuries a year down the road. All of a sudden that blows back to us. It happens, okay? This isn't like a scary situation. These are real situations that happen. So if we collide with another occupied vehicle, no matter how soft or how hard it is, we have to get insurance involved. We have to make sure that the other party is good and that they're going to be safe and that they don't come back to bite us down the road. The other thing that could happen, let's say, for some reason we don't call insurance, whatever, okay. But now we have to go and get the truck fixed. Yeah, okay, it just might be some scrapes on the bumper or some on the side of the hood. Doesn't matter. This is nice equipment like we talked about. We want to keep it looking nice. We don't want scratches and scuffs all over it. The problem is it probably won't scuff or won't buff out. So now we have to go get a new bumper, which I said could cost up to $2,500. And we might have to get a new hood, which could be $5,000 for all I know. So this could be this minor incident because we didn't want to give up the position to some race that is going on in your head. This could be upwards of $10,000 in insurance getting involved. That is not what we want to do out on the road. Again, I know the semi-truck has the right of way, but at the same time, you in the semi-truck are the professional driver. This car is not a professional driver. It's very obvious that this car person, I don't know if it's a guy or girl, is not a professional driver. They do not do this for a living. Truck drivers do, okay? You have to assess the situation and make the best decision for that situation, okay? And that is what is unfortunately not really happening here. You're doing 16 miles an hour. There's no reason to play chicken with this car in this situation. There's no reason. That could have ended so badly and it could have ended so expensively. I don't even know if that's a word. That's how passionate I am about this. I'm making up words as we go. Anyways, this could have been a very expensive repair to do for absolutely nothing. For absolutely nothing. So when you're in a situation like this, and I'm sure all of you have been in a situation like this, just give up the spot, okay? We're not timing you. We're not doing it. Just give up the spot to avoid a situation that could be much, much worse. All right? Make sense? As always, I want to encourage you guys to drive safe out there, be safe out there, get out and look, and we'll see you next week for our next safety update.